Pod Sound School presents Content Jefe, the podcast that helps online business owners make better content and more money. Let's Jefe up. Hello, Jefe. Welcome back to another episode of Content Jefe brought to you by the Pod Sound School. I'm your host, Veronica.
And I'm your co-host, Studio Steve.
And in this episode, we're going to be talking about a subject that it's been in my mind for a long time. And that is whether, as a content creator, you should be talking about sensitive issues and sharing your personal views about social issues in the light of all of the things that have been going on the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Should you be doing that as a content creator?
Yeah, and this gets into the treacherous waters of cancel culture. This gets into some serious things. To what extent are we supposed to stand up for the issues that we believe in when it comes to our online business, how our business and what we're doing is represented online? You know, even our personal social media accounts. We're still known for the business we belong in or belong to. We're still known for our content that we create. So this is going to be a really fun episode. We're going to get nitty and gritty and dirty and maybe even a little controversial.
Yeah.
I hope you're ready. We better get to it.
What prompted me to put this episode together and to talk about this issue was something that happened within our industry. Podcast coach, somebody who is well known in the industry, made some comments on another creator's, because she posted about some views about certain topics.
Yes.
And this is a person who is well known in our industry.
Yeah, and it was views and
It was a
topics.
little bit of a letdown. I saw the things that he posted and how he was pretty much attacking this other creator. So it just prompted me, it got me thinking about the responsibility that we have as educators and content creators and people who decide to live in this world of social media and internet.
Yeah, this same creator, the same personality in the podcasting industry had the audacity to insult this woman. And so he actually had business opportunities taken away from him. And even after that, later on, this also was the whole Roe versus Wade huge controversy thing that's going on. So it's very contentious and very hot. It's a hot topic. And he wanted to share his hot take on it. And even after the fact was still continuing to voice his opinions in a very
not so nice way.
In a not so nice way, and also, but in a passionate way. You can say he's in the throes of his passion, right? Which could be, from somebody's standpoint, you might defend that. Like, well, I didn't start these social media accounts for me not to be myself. I think what it really comes down to here is, what does your opinion, what does your take have to offer your specific group of people who are following you there? And how does it work to help your business? And not that everything we should be doing should be, oriented around, is it driving sales? Is it driving money? Maybe we do have a cause that we want to serve, and we do feel like there's a way to express ourselves. And so this really gets into what we're going to separate this episode in, and that is the different approaches you can take.
From the point of view of being into marketing and being into building a brand online and all the things that I teach my students and clients, something that you really need to ask yourself before you're going to express your opinion is whether my opinions in this particular subject will help me to will reflect the values that I have for my brand, because it takes a lot of time and effort, and it's something that it doesn't happen overnight to build a brand online. Late at night and you're feeling very passionate about a subject and you decide to post that tweet, or you decide to post that something on Instagram, and then all of a sudden opportunities are taken away from you. So I just want you to breathe and maybe just discuss that with your partner and see if that is going to impact your brand in a negative way. And if it's going to happen, then maybe you should not do it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And I think that my vote, if I were to be approached by any online business owner, anybody who has been spending years to develop their profiles on all of these different platforms, been spending all of their time and effort to build a following, to capture the attention, to all of that effort that goes into marketing. I would say when things are happening, as they do every other week, you don't add your 2 cents to it. Let the storm pass, and then you can resume your posts as usual. If you have scheduled posts that you're using a scheduling solution, or you even have a system with your team to where they already have all of your marketing posts and all of your videos and podcast episodes all set to go out, and something big happens and it shakes you and you feel affected by it and you need to take a break from it, and you could just go onto social media to see that it is another hysterical moment, then pause. Take a pause and then resume your normal posting schedule. That does not mean that you can't help the causes you believe in. That's the approach that we take. And the causes that we believe in, we donate money to.
We support.
We support in ways that don't have to interest, that don't have to have anything to do with our audience of what we're trying to do for our business, which is to help content creators make more money and better content and stand out online and unlock their creative powers. That's what we do as a business. So that really has nothing to do for us with any of these social issues.
Hey, I'm interrupting the episode for a little announcement. You know you have to create content to attract more prospects online, but the whole thing seems daunting and too much to figure it out on your own. Which social media platform should I choose? Should I start making videos for IG Reels, TikTok, or YouTube? What skills do I need to learn? What equipment do I need? Or maybe you're considering starting a podcast for your business. And if any of that's the case, we want to invite you to sign up for the waitlist for Smart and Simple Podcasting. It's our first coaching program where we, the Pod Sound School, will be teaching you how to create and launch a professional podcast from scratch. Content marketing, so your content is a lead generation machine for your business, and different ways to maximize every time you record so you can create micro pieces of content that will go on different social media platforms. We'll be holding your hand through the whole process, meeting weekly with you, making sure that you're not getting left behind. We'll be teaching students and clients about podcast and video production and marketing for 4 years. Our approach to teaching is straightforward, innovative, and fun. So hurry up and go to podcastingsmart.com/waitlist to sign up, or find the link in the description of this episode. Stop working so hard on your content. Make your content work for you. Now back to the episode. I can feel, the anger. In me, what the comments that this person, like somebody that I've been looking up to, somebody that I've been learning from,
or that you consider
and
a
you
mentor.
feel like a let down and isolated, and you feel embarrassed that you didn't know about the strong opinions that directly attack your beliefs, your humanity, your the fact that you're a woman, or the fact that you're of color. So it was very, very sad. And another thing that we were saying the other night is like, okay, if you're going to be vocal about it, and if you know that that your audience is going to support you in your views, just don't post about it. Just be about it. Take action and inspire other people to take action. That is better to me than
posting about
it and sharing your views.
Yeah, actually take action. Actions speak louder than words. You can sleep better at night knowing that you've done that.
There were a lot of creators during the Black Lives Matter movement. Mm-hmm. They were all about the action and doing all these amazing things that they were part of, and they were posting that on social media in the hopes that more people will join their causes, in the hopes that more people will support them and will support the different organizations that were giving support to the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, I love that. And that's action over frenzy, right? Action
Yes.
over emotion.
Be the light.
Be the light. Yeah. So
Don't be the asshole.
That's great. And now that is really our view. That's our big take. That's the one method that I would recommend to everyone. I do not believe that as an online business owner, that it makes you weak to not take a strong stance or anything like that. But this brings us then to, I want to play the reverse of this. And I want to say the other thing you can do. And you can ride these things and you could trend hack these things and you could attract for yourself a ton of attention. And a lot of people in marketing and a lot of very savvy business owners understand that negative attention is still attention.
It's still attention. Yeah.
You want to piss people off. You want to get a whole team of people against you. That could actually be used to draw more sales into your funnel.
And also you're calling people forward, you know?
And you're also, when you voice your opinion outwardly like that, there are people who have your same opinion. And what you're doing, even though it might seem to have destroyed a lot of business opportunities for you in that moment, it actually opened up new doors for other people who believe the same way as you do as well.
Yeah, because all of a sudden that person is just the castaway, the underdog. So let's go support him.
And we also don't want to promote any unethical or immoral business practices. That's also not something we stand for. But at the same time, we live in corporate capitalistic America where those type of practices reign supreme.
Yeah. Well, case in point is that I follow a couple of business coaches. And, right now there's all this hustle and bustle about the stock market, how it's just not performing. Like we have some investments going on, and it's been hard.
It's painful.
It's painful to lose all that money, and we're heading into a recession. And now the language that they're using, the marketing that they're using is like, okay, you're losing money with Bitcoin, you're using money in the stock market. This is what you can do. You should have a business online, and this is gonna, from day zero, you're gonna be making $10,000 a month, and it's just this extra income. So they are taking advantage of the people's fears about the recession, about being let go from their job or losing a lot of money with their investments in Bitcoin and things like this, to sell more of their online courses, to sell more of their coaching programs.
Yeah.
Is that something that we would do? I don't think so. We're not like that.
Yeah, but I actually think that's funny that you mentioned that, because I think that brings up sort of the third angle. So the first angle is to just go on a pause, be radio silent until the hysteria passes over, and then resume your normal posting schedule. That's what most of us should do. The second one is go extreme, go crazy, be completely yourself, be outrageous, do whatever the hell you want to do, because that's why you got in this to begin with.
That's what your brand is about.
The third one, though, and this is what I would be maybe a little different than what you were saying, is that if it's relevant, then you jump all over that shit, right? Because so in the case if you're a business coach and the stock market's going to poop, then yes, you have an obligation actually. So if, let's say then your whole brand, your whole business is about women's rights, right? Then the Roe versus Wade stuff, you have a responsibility then, if that's the case, not to go radio silent. So that would actually hurt your brand if they're like, hey, where'd they go? They're supposed to stand up for women's rights.
And they didn't do anything. So it's just a balance, it's a dance between being ethical and also having this obligation to show up for your community, to show up for your audience, to give them the education, the tools they need to survive whatever is coming our way. I think that's different. That's a good point.
Yeah. And I think overall, it really just goes back to your why. And I think that I don't want to speak for anybody in any way, but I think that a lot of times when we act from emotion, when we act because we are riled up with all of the political energy and the polarizing opposites of this country and of the world and all the horrible things that happen every other week, it's really difficult not to want to share your passion and your emotion. But I would say most of the time, it's usually something that you regret.
Yeah. And be nice about it.
Yeah.
we're all humans. We have strong emotions, and we have this a set of morals and things that we believe in that we're not willing to compromise, and we would like to share with other people. But don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Just don't be an asshole. Just respect. As you have your views, well, the other person also has their strong views, and you should respect that. And don't attack.
You know the expression, everybody's got one and everybody else's smells like shit. You know?
Caca hole?
A caca hole? That's a wonderful way to leave this episode. I hope your caca hole is staying healthy and that you're doing...
Use wet wipes.
Keep it clean. All right? And
keep your butthole clean. Remember that?
We'll leave a link for the for Cottonelle wet wipes in the description below. Please use our affiliate link so that we can make a few pennies off of that. And until next time, keep those teeth clean and Jefe up.
Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Pod Sound School, and
I'm over on Twitter at Pod Sound School.
We'll love to hear from you. We'll love to hear about what you have going on. If you're a business owner, please, or content creator, just get a hold of us and ask us questions. We are nerds when it comes to this thing of content creation.
Yes, and when it comes to content creation, make sure that you never talk about yours or anybody else's butthole.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.